Major Serena Palmer. Defense Corporal Olivia Devona. Defense Major Elizabeth Thibault. Defense Master Corporal Natasha Philippe. And Defense Major Courtney Douglas. And Defense Officer Cadet Hannah Greer.
I need to go to the other camera. I need to go into the other team.
And Master Corporal Sabrina Harcourt. And for today's officials, we have CPO1 Lynn Londo, number 30. Referee Second Lieutenant Jessica Elliott, number 9. And on the line, we have Major Jackie Zacher, number 76. And on the line, MW Adina Zacher, number 71.
Switcher, I'm heading onto the ice.
Les invités d'honneur de la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui seront le commandant du commandement du personnel militaire, lieutenant général Bourgon. Le général du personnel militaire, adjudant-chef Alain.
Okay, I think we've got some dignitaries coming out here and doing some official stuff, and I'll get them walking out onto the carpet.
Service de bien-être et moral des forces canadiennes. Karina Howland. Oh, désolé. Désolé, je suis vice-présidente principale du programme de soutien personnel Karina Howland. Service de bien-être et moral des forces canadiennes d'Aralahar. Sport des forces armées canadiennes Valérie Savard. Découvert d'honneur du hockey des forces armées canadiennes Major Général Jeanne Boucher.
Dignitaries here now.
Consistant d'honneur du hockey des forces armées canadiennes, premier maître de première classe de Normando. Adult Flight Director in Support Services du Griffon Yves de Tourneau.
Just say camera full hold.
Il ne pouvait pas être ici avec nous aujourd'hui. Today's game wouldn't be possible without the generous support of a few incredible organizations. Let's give a round of applause to the Bell Flight for their $4,000 donation.
Camera 4 has shot.
For their fees and being here with us today. Thank you for your outstanding contributions and continued commitment to our community and the game we love. Aujourd'hui, on a le plaisir d'avoir parmi nous 3 mascottes. De la Marine royale canadienne, Sonar. De l'armée, nous avons Juno. Et de l'ARC, Astra. Je suis la lieutenant-colonel Geneviève Landry et j'ai l'honneur d'être votre maîtresse de cérémonie et hosseuse aujourd'hui. I'll be your guide throughout the action on the ice today. Get ready for an exciting game as these two teams battle it out for victory and that top spot. That was a little too quiet. Let's hear it for our team. At this time, I invite all the VIPs to proceed on the ice. And I'll begin with the reading of the land acknowledgement. For centuries before the European people on this continent, indigenous peoples traveled the lands of Turtle Island. When they visited other communities and other territories, they began their time in that area by
You might want to go to camera 1 on this one.
Custodians of the land and beginning their relationship with those people in a good way. Aujourd'hui, je reconnais et je respecte le fait que nous nous trouvons sur le territoire non cédé de la mission Algonquin-Anishinaabe. Les Algonquins sont les gardiens et défenseurs de la terre et des eaux qui nous soutiennent aujourd'hui depuis des temps immémoriaux. As we acknowledge the land on which we stand, let us commit ourselves to the responsibility of establishing and maintaining caring for the land, and contributing to a better future for generations to come. Miigwech. Please rise if you are able for the arrival of the flag party and remain standing for our national anthem, performed by the Capital City Chorus. Pouvez vous asseoir. Participating in the ceremonial face-off today are CMP Lieutenant General Bourgon, and the Air Force, Major General Faisal Basha. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, nous allons maintenant commencer avec le warm-up. Time for your warm-up. You have 5 minutes.
Test.
All right, good afternoon, hockey fans. Bienvenue les fanatiques de hockey. We are coming to you live from TD Place in your beautiful nation's capital, where today we celebrate 25 years of women's hockey in the Canadian Armed Forces. We got a special game on for you today. We've got the Royal Canadian Air Force All-Stars facing off against the CAF All-Stars from Army Navy SOF. The RCAF is winding up their 100-year celebrations, their centennial year celebrations. So they put on a team to take on the rest of the Canadian Armed Forces today. You'll see them warming up. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Laurie Denis, and I will be your host for this afternoon's broadcast. I've got with me Warrant Officer Anita Kwasnicki, who's going to help us out. Anita plays on the National Capital Region hockey team, on the recreational hockey team. She captains that team. And we'll be giving you the play-by-play today. If you joined us at the beginning of the broadcast, you saw the ceremonial puck drop and the National Capital Chorus, or Capital City Chorus, pardon me, doing a beautiful job of the national anthem this morning. The coaches today for the Canadian Armed Forces team: Master Warrant Officer Koshman, Chief Petty Officer Second Class Monette, Warrant Officer retired Charlene Arsenault, and Warrant Officer retired Delille. For the Royal Canadian Air Force coaches: Chief Warrant Officer Mo Ryan, Lieutenant Colonel Anne Gray, Chief Warrant Officer Barrett, and Corporal Jessup. I wanted to take this opportunity to give a shout out to Coach Arsenault's family. Coach Arsenault comes from a family of 16 children. She is the second youngest child, and the youngest daughter, her mom Evelyn, is watching today. Mutter, as they like to call her, is 98 years old and doesn't miss a game, I'm told. So thanks to Charlene's sister Noreen, who got in contact with us to let us know that they'd be watching today. If you're joining us on Facebook or Instagram today, drop us a comment in the comment box. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what your affiliation is, if any, or if you're just a hockey fan. So these two teams, the All-Star teams, are chosen from the teams that are competing in national tournament this week in Trenton. There's a team from each of the geographical regions of Canada competing in Trenton this week. And between games, the semifinals start, I believe, tomorrow. They decided to put on a show for us and bus from Trenton this morning to come put this game on for fans here in the National Capital Region and you all at home. So these ladies have not been playing together all year. It's going to be quite the show. These are some talented folks. Our starting goalies today: For the CAF is Mode Nickel. And for the RCAF, we'll let you know we are underway in the first period. And the CAF in red breaks out on the left side. Picked up by the RCAF in the neutral zone. That's dumped in. CAF goalie plays this after a defense in the far corner. CAF looking to break out on the far boards. Cross ice pass is picked up by the RCAF at their own blue line. Here comes the RCAF wide to the right side. Down into the corner on the near side. Skates the puck out behind the CAF goaltender. Circles to the point, drops the point to the left point. CAF breaks out. Here comes CAF over the blue line into the opposing zone. And drop pass to the high slot shot. Ooh, nice save by the RCAF goaltender. We're going to take the face off to the left of the RCAF goal. CAF wins the draw, broken up by the RCAF. CAF now steps over the blue line, wide to the left side, gets pushed aside by the Air Force. Air Force breaks out on the near boards at the red line now. CAF cross pass is broken up by the Air Force. Air Force steps over the blue line from the face-off circle. She shoots. Held on to by the CAF goaltender. We're going to be doing 2 20-minute periods. No flood in between. These are run-time periods. So no matter the whistles, we're just going to keep talking. Face-off to the left of the CAF goalie. CAF wins the draw. Chip pass behind the goaltender, picks up her own pass. CAF on the far board, broken up by the RCAF. Air Force now from behind the goal line. Pass in front is broken up by the CAF. RCAF behind the net, pass to the point. RCAF shoots. Set aside by the CAF. Bobbling puck in front. Air Force shoots. Nice save. Held on to by the CAF goalie. Face off in the CAF zone. Draws one by the CAF. Looking for the breakout pass on the near boards. CAF skates the puck out into the neutral zone. Over the red line. Long shot from outside the blue line. Set aside by the Air Force goalie. Air Force now in the far corner. Looking for a way out of the zone. Held inside by the RCAF. CAF again. Or RCAF rather. Can't break out. CAF is all over. RCAF now with a little bit of time as the CAF is changing. Long pass up to the red line. Steps over the blue line. Centering pass. Can't hold on to it. RCAF now in the far corner inside the CAF zone. CAF clears the zone up to the red line. Skates over the blue line. Broken up by the Air Force. Battle along the boards behind the Air Force goal line. Puck is cleared long, and that's going to be icing called against the Air Force. 6:18 to go in the first period. 0-0 still the score. Face off in the Air Force zone. Shot from the point is wide of the net. Down behind the Air Force net now. Air Force skates it in front of her goalie. She's picking up some speed. She's got some room to move. Air Force steps over the blue line into the attacking zone. Makes it around the defender down behind the goal line now. Centering passes. Pushed away, and RCAF goaltender plays this up to her winger on the right side. She's got some space. Air Force from the shakeoff circle. Shoots. Nice save by the CAF goalie. They've shot by number 11, Smith. Face off in the CAF zone. CAF with a chip pass off the boards, looking to clear the zone on the near side. Here comes the CAF one-on-one. Drop pass. But they're offside. 5:03 to go in period number 1. 0-0 still the score. We're going to take the face-off right outside the Air Force blue line. CAF wins the draw. Pops it inside the Air Force zone. D-to-D pass to the far boards. Little chip pass off the boards to the RCAF left wing. RCAF down in the far corner, looking for the pass in front. That's broken up by the CAF. CAF steps over the blue line. Cross-ice pass is broken up by the RCAF. Here comes RCAF. From the point, shoots. Save, pushed away by the CAF goalie. CAF now steps into the neutral zone, over the blue line to the attacking zone with a shot that's just wide of the net. Puck trickles back into the RCAF's, into the CAF zone. CAF goaltender plays this off for her defenseman. CAF now in the neutral zone. Pops the puck ahead, that's turned around by the Air Force. CAF again from their own blue line. Has a look, looking for a smart pass. Air Force pinches. Bobbling puck on the near boards. Still in the neutral zone. Battle along the boards on the near boards. Won by the RCAF. Air Force now shoots. That's off the defenseman and saved by the goalie. The rebound is slapped and can't get through the traffic. In the far corner now. Inside the CAF zone. Air Force looking for the pass. It's broken up by the CAF. Air Force breaks up the pass, shoots from the blue line, doesn't get through traffic. CAF now looking to clear the zone. Air Force keeps it inside. Air Force turns, has a look, pass down, shot from the side of the net, scores! Short side. Not sure if that was tipped in front or not. The pass from number 5, not sure. Nina, do you think that was tipped in front? There you have it, folks. Major Kim O'Rourke making it 1-0 Air Force. 12:47 remaining to go in the first period. Here comes the Air Force again, looking to capitalize on their momentum. Air Force pass to the point, skates it down into the near corner, down behind the net. Pass in front is slapped away by the CAF defense. CAF now clears the zone to center ice, broken up by the Air Force. Air Force can't get it over the blue line. CAF is there. Air Force at their own blue line. Picked off by CAF. CAF inside the Air Force zone. Looking to make a play out of it. Passes down into the near corner. Down behind the Air Force net now. Air Force to the far boards. Looking to clear the zone. Clears the zone long. CAF skates this down in their own zone. Circles, has a look. Pass to the near side. CAF steps over the blue line from the face-off circle. Makes a move. Can't get through the Air Force defense cleanly. Gets a little dribbler on net, set aside by the Air Force goalie. CAF in at their own blue line. Pops it into the opposing zone. Air Force now in their own zone. Looking for the pass out to the blue line. Can't hold on as CAF returns back into their own zone to regroup. CAF looking to clear the zone. Picked up by the Air Force. Air Force with the shot, and they saved by the CAF goalie. Air Force from the far corner. To the left point. Across to the right point. Shot through traffic. Air Force shoots. Scores. Number 7 with a pass across the crease to number 6. Number 6, Alyssa Kane. To number 7, Brittany Toms. Makes it 2-0 RCAF with 10:51 to go in the first period. CAF now behind the Air Force net with the wraparound. Bobbled puck in front. Slapped away by the Air Force defense. On the far boards, Air Force sends this cross ice. Picked up by CAF in the neutral zone. CAF puts it into the Air Force zone. CAF. Air Force can't clear it. CAF from behind the Air Force net. Turns, fires, scores. With a wide wraparound, Megan Kelly puts it past the RCAF goalie to make it 2-1. RCAF with 10:03 to go in the first period. Face off at center ice is won by the CAF. CAF on the near boards inside their own zone. Forecheck is applied by the Air Force. Air Force steals a puck away. Pass to the slot goes right through, and Air Force has got to chase this down back in their own zone. Air Force skates the puck behind their goalie. Hollers on the brakes, looks for a smart pass on the far boards. This trickles through. CAF at the blue line. Back and forth across the red line, rather. CAF now backhands this puck deep into the Air Force zone. Battle along the boards behind the Air Force goalie. CAF comes away with it. Backhand in front. Shot whizzed wide of the net. Rebound. Another shot slapped away by the Air Force goalie and defense. Back to the red line. CAF making a play to the far boards now. CAF inside the RCIF zone. Nice save by the Air Force goalie. Another shot is off some shin pads through traffic. CAF again from the high slot just misses the net. Air Force now in their own zone. Clears the puck on the near boards. Gets tied up in the official skates as the CAF at their own blue line. Looking to make a play. Steps over the red line now. Shot. Nice save with a pad save out to the far corner, up to the point. CAF with a slapper goes high of the net. On the near boards now. Down to the corner. Battle. Air Force comes away with it. Air Force looking to clear the zone, and they just do. Here comes the Air Force, steps over the blue line, one-on-one. Air Force hauls on the brakes, pass in front, and couldn't capitalize on the one-timer. CAF now retrieves the puck at their own blue line, hauls on the Jets into the attacking zone. Backhand pass to the slot. Shot is high of the net. Air Force looking to clear their zone on the far boards. CAF keeps it inside with a long shot that doesn't hit the net. Down behind the net now, Air Force looking to clear their zone. Passes up to the near boards. Air Force up the middle. Can't get across that blue line. CAF is there. CAF turns around and sends this deep. Looking for a line change. That'll be icing called against the CAF. 7:27 to go in the first period. 2-1 Air Force is the score. Again, celebrating 25 years of Canadian Armed Forces women's hockey. Off the draw, the shot dribbles onto the CAF goalie in the CAF zone, and that's covered up. Face off again to the right of the CAF goalie. Air Force comes away with it. Little backhander is easily set aside by the CAF goaltender. Air Force from the left point with a shot. It's tipped, just wide. CAF now behind their own goal line. DDD pass to the near corner. Looking for a way out of the zone, broken up by the Air Force. Air Force with a shot. Screened. CAF goalie got a piece of it. Battle along the boards behind the CAF goalie. Won by the Air Force. Air Force goes wide, can't get a shot off there. And we've got a penalty on the play here. Holding penalty. We got lots of noise coming from the benches. Penalty called against Maxime Leduc, number 8. So with 6:22 to go in the first period, RCIF, the Air Force goes to the power play. 2-1 Air Force is the score. Air Force with a shot from short range, doesn't get through traffic, little dribbler, can't get on net. Battle in front of the net is slapped aside by the CAF. Air Force with the player advantage. CAF from behind the net. Looking for a way out of the zone. RCAF picks this up at the red line. The Air Force sends this cross ice, little touch pass to the slot. Shot just wide of the net. Air Force again in the CAF zone, up to the point. Air Force back down to the far boards, to the right point. Air Force with a slapper. And that's off a player and out of bounds. 5:35 to go in the first period. 2-1 Air Force is the score. We've got 1:07 remaining in the penalty against the CAF. Face off in the CAF zone. Dribbles back into the neutral zone. CAF can't make a play out of it as the Air Force regains possession in their own zone. Pops the puck out behind their goaltender. Air Force looking for a way out of their zone. Pass in front of their goalie. Up the near boards. Touch pass to center. Steps over the blue line. Air Force goes wide to the left side. Slows it down. Little drop pass as the Air Force circles down into the near corner. Pass in front. Couldn't get a strong tip on there. Air Force goalie holds on to it. 27 seconds remaining in the penalty against Leduc. Again, this is run time, so we're not stopping for whistles. 4:39 remaining in the first period. 2-1 Air Force is the score. In the near corner, battle along the boards is popped out to the side of the CAF net. CAF from the far corner. Little lob pass up to center ice. Air Force picks this up at their own blue line. Up to the red line, Air Force with a pass to the near corner. CAF gets there behind her own goaltender. Slaps it off the far boards. CAF looking for a way out of the zone as we're back to even strength. CAF at the red line pops the puck into the RCAF zone. Air Force now behind their own goal line. Shakes the forechecker. Skates the puck up to the blue line. Passes it ahead on the far boards. RCAF hauls on the break. She's held up by the CAF player. CAF now on the far boards. Little chip pass. Can't get past the RCAF defense who holds the line. CAF from the near corner inside their zone. Held up by the forechecker. Fires it around behind their goalie to the near side. And CAF sends this long. RCAF from their own zone. Sends this long to center ice. Here comes RCAF. Air Force steps over the blue line. Wide to the right side. Pass in front. Shot. Hit the side of the net, I believe. As the CAF sends this long back to the RCAF zone. Air Force looking to clear their zone. CAF gets a stick on it. Sends it down to the near corner now. CAF from the near corner. Pass up to the left point. Back down to the corner, broken up by the Air Force. Air Force looking to clear their zone, but CAF is taken down there on the near boards, looking for a call. Didn't get the call on the near boards. Air Force now. Breakout pass on the near side. Air Force with a cross-ice pass to the blue line. Couldn't quite handle the puck. Retrieve possession. Shot to the from the side of the net. That hits the RCAF player and out of play. 2:22 to go in the first period. 2-1 Air Force is the score. Shots are 13 for the Air Force to 8 for the CAF. Got a conference at the timekeeper's box as we set up for the face-off in the CAF zone. The remaining 2 minutes of the period will be stop time. It's been run time for the first 18 minutes. Face-off in the CAF zone. CAF wins the draw, fires it behind their goaltender. Little chip pass on the near boards to clear the zone. Here comes the CAF. They step over the blue line. Pass to the slot is slowed down by the RCAF. Shot to the side of the net is picked up by the Air Force. Air Force clears their zone. That's picked up by the CAF on the far boards. CAF looking for the pass over the blue line. Can't hold on to it. Can't make a play out of it as the Air Force clear the zone to the near side. Air Force now having a look. Back to defense. Air Force with a pass across the ice. The defense steps over the blue line. Pass across. Pass down to the right post. Couldn't capitalize on that one time. Or down for the far corner now. Pass in front is broken up by the CAF. CAF now looking to clear the zone. The Air Force keeps it inside. Air Force from the near boards. Has a look. Pass in front goes right through. Air Force from the far boards. Down to the corner. Back up to the left point. Air Force with the slapper, doesn't get through traffic. CAF clears the zone on the far boards and sends it into the RCAF zone. Air Force swings it around up to the near blue line. Air Force, the pass in front is picked up by the CAF in front. CAF clears the zone to the red line. Air Force is there. Air Force from their own blue line, having a look, setting up the play. Lob pass to the near side is slapped ahead by the CAF. CAF can't make a play out of it as the Air Force gives this puck a slap and sends it long. No icing is called here. We've got 16 seconds to go in this first period. Can the CAF get on the board? RCAF strips it away. RCAF from short range, trying to stuff it in there. CAF goalie holds on. 5.2 to go in period number 1. 2-1 Air Force is the score. Face off in the CAF zone. CAF wins the draw. Backhands it down behind their own goaltender, and that'll do it for period number 1. After 1 period of play, the shots are 15-8 in favor of the Air Force. 2-1 Air Force after 1 period of play. So we're going to take a couple of minutes. There's no flood here. They're just going to have a little bit of timeout, rest their legs. Got to hand it to these players who are playing an entire tournament this week in Trenton. And as mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, they've bussed to the National Capital Region, to Ottawa, to put on a show for the fans in celebration of 25 years of ladies hockey, women's hockey in the Canadian Armed Forces. Capital City Chorus is going to entertain us for a few minutes here.
Recap of the first period. The first goal was scored by number 5, Major Kim O'Rourke, assisted by number 9, Corporal Olivia Devon. The second goal for the RCAF was scored by number 6, Lieutenant Alyssa Kane, assisted by number 7, Captain Brittany Toms. For the CAF team, the goal was scored by number 7, Lieutenant Megan Kelly, and assisted by number 9, Master Corporal Alex Roy.
Instagram, drop us a note. Let us know where you're tuning in from today. If you're a serving member, retired member, family, friend, fan, I'd love to hear from you and know where you're joining us from today. Again, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Lori Denis. With me is Warrant Officer Anita Kwasnicki. Correction, Kwasnicki? I get it wrong every time. All right, as we get set up for the second period, we've got the CAF goalie in her net. For the CAF is Annie-Pierre Harvey, number 1. We're not sure who the goalie is, and we're underway for the second period. 2-1 Air Force is a score. Air Force comes on strong starting off the second period from the slot. Can't get a good shot off there. Down behind the CAF net. Air Force with the backhand doesn't get on net. Air Force back to the point, looking for a little pass in front. That's picked off by the CAF. CAF, the pass across goes long, and they don't connect. No icing is called here as the Air Force tries to clear the inside by the CAF. Air Force on the far boards now. Air Force dumps this in deep down behind the CAF goal line. CAF is there, slaps it around behind the net to the near boards. CAF looking to break out, held inside by the Air Force. CAF again. Little chip pass off the boards on the near side. Pass up the middle, steps over the blue line. There's a big slap shot, but that's off the Air Force stick and into the far corner. Air Force sends this long, but Air Force player lost her footing at the red line, and that's going to be icing called against the Air Force. 2-1 Air Force is the score, 18:50 remaining in the second period. We're going to play 2 periods here, 2 20-minute runtime periods. We'll have stop time in the last 2 minutes of each period. Face off in the Air Force zone, won by the CAF. CAF with a shot, and pad saved by the Air Force goaltender. Air Force looking to clear the zone. CAF from the left point, and the shot doesn't get through traffic. CAF again from behind the Air Force net. Pass in front is broken up by the Air Force. Air Force sends this off the far boards, and the puck is going to trickle back into the CAF zone. Picked up by the CAF defense. Skates off behind her own net. Chip pass off the near boards now. RCAF steps over the blue line, goes wide to the left side. Pass in front, broken up in front. CAF from the far corner. CAF from the face-off circle, a slapper low. Pad saved by the RCAF goaltender. CAF from the blue line, pass across, one-timer goes wide of the net. CAF from the far corner now. Can't make a play out of it. There it is, shot outside of the post. I bet you could hear that from there. Nice hard shot. CAF now with a pass in front. Dipsy Doodle off the pad. Scores. That was scored by number 22, Acting Sub-Lieutenant Robin Nicholson. From number 21, Sub-Lieutenant Frederic Gauthier. That ties it up at 2 with 16:58 remaining in the second period. Face off that center ice is popped back towards the CAF blue line. Air Force forces the pass, picks up puck in their own zone. Looking for the breakout pass. Here comes the Air Force, steps over the red line, backhand pass over the blue line, goes wide to the outside and retreats back to the red line. Air Force with a pass to the near boards. Air Force trying to shake the forechecker, gives herself some room, passes back to her defense and regroups. Air Force with the pass across the blue line, picked up by the CAF. CAF off the boards on the near side. Air Force now looking to make a play out of it from the blue line. Here comes the Air Force, can't hold on, and that's broken up by the CAF. CAF with the backhand pass on the near side, looking for a way out of the zone. Finds her way out, skates the puck out to the red line. Turns and fires up to the blue line. Here comes the CAF. Oh, with a centering pass, but she was going off. The RCAF take control. Skate the puck over the blue line. Drop pass to the high slot where the shot is off of the defense and goes wide of the net. In the far corner now. The battle is won by the CAF. CAF on the far boards. Cross ice pass. Skates the puck out into the neutral zone. Over the red line. Over the blue line. Shoots from the face-off circle off the RCAF shin pad and into the near corner. Well, we got a whistle on the play here. Got a penalty, tripping penalty. Called against the Air Force. Penalty called against number 17, Major Serena Palmer. So with 15:09 remaining in the second period, 2-2's the score. The CAF goes to the power play. CAF behind the Air Force net. Pass in front is broken up by the Air Force. CAF regains possession, shoots! Nice save by the Air Force goalie. Air Force fires along behind the net. CAF try to take the opportunity. The pass in front. That was broken up by the goaltender. I guess that would be a shot on net, wouldn't it? Long puck dribbles down behind the CAF goal line. CAF on the far boards now inside their zone. Sends a puck out into the neutral zone. CAF steps over the blue line into the attacking zone. Drop pass. CAF shoots. Doesn't get on net through traffic. CAF from the far corner. CAF from the high slot. Low slot shot. Oh! Chopper save. What a snag by the Air Force goaltender. That was a nice save. The shots are now 15-13 in favor of the Royal Canadian Air Force. As the CAF is putting on the pressure and closing the gap on the shots. 2-2 is the score. CAF from the left point. Back up to the point. CAF mishandles. CAF with the cross ice pass inside the Air Force zone onto the far boards. CAF back up to the point. So, low shot, doesn't get through traffic. Bobbling puck up front in the slot. Back up to the point. Oh, CAF just trickles out past the blue line. CAF's got to get back on side. They step over the blue line to the left side. Shakes to the center, but can't get a shot off. She's taken down in front. No call is on this play. The RCAF sends this long to kill a little time on the penalty kill. We are back to even strength as the RCAF comes out of the box, intercepts a pass, takes a shot from the blue line, and that's held onto by the CAF goaltender. Fairly even matched game. The first period was a little more one-sided in favor of the Air Force, but we see the CAF turning on the Jets here in the second period. Face off to the left of the CAF goaltender. CAF wins the draw in the far corner. CAF looking for a way out of the zone. Kept inside by the RCAF. Long shot from the blue line is set aside by the CAF goaltender to the near boards. RCAF now from the blue line. Chip pass off the boards. RCAF can't get that shot off. CAF now. Opportunity to clear their zone. Here comes the CAF. They skated up through the neutral zone over the blue line. Shot! Nice save by the RCAF. That pass in front is broken up by the Air Force. Air Force now. Back to the red line, picked up by the CAF. CAF steps over the blue line into the attacking zone, but can't get a shot off. Air Force is there. Air Force now from the red line. High to the outside. Back for defense. Defense back in. Pass is broken up by the CAF. CAF sends this long into the Air Force zone. CAF in the near corner. The near board. Pass in front is broken up by the Air Force. Air Force. Oh, CAF now from short range. Shot, high in the net. Being close up high is hard to stop by the goaltenders, but you got to hit the net. CAF from behind with a shot at close range. Out to the far corner. CAF from the far boards is pinned up by the RCAF. CAF from the far corner again inside the RCAF zone. Held up by the RCAF, 2 on. Behind the RCAF net. Air Force. Looking to clear the zone. Wins the puck down behind the goal. Kept inside by the CAF now on the near boards. Slapper set aside by the RCAF goaltender. Air Force drops a pass, picked up by the CAF. CAF down behind the net. Pass in front, through traffic. Trickles long and outside the zone. 10:49 remaining in the second period. 2-2 is the score in this very close game between the RCAF All-Stars and the CAF All-Stars, recognizing 25 years in Canadian Armed Forces women's hockey. RCAF inside the CAF zone. Now RCAF from the right face-off circle, turns, fires. What a save by the CAF goalie. 10:23 remaining in the second period. This is run time, so the clock is just going to keep going regardless of the whistles. 2-2 is the score. going to take the face off to the left of the CAF goaltender. CAF wins the draw. Puts the puck up to far board, and a chip pass off the boards is picked up by the RCAF. Air Force sends this down behind the CAF goal line. Battle along the boards behind the goal line. Popped out to the far side. CAF again. CAF. Throws it up the middle, just outside the blue line. And here comes the CAF. They step inside the attacking zone. Cuts in the middle, drop pass to the near boards. Is picked off by the RCAF. RCAF sends this up to the red line. Air Force steps over the blue line. Pushed back by the CAF. They get a play there. RCAF into the far corner. Stripped away by the CAF, and the CAF steps over into the neutral zone. Retreats. The CAF looking for the smart pass. That's picked off by the Air Force. Air Force now. Can't get over that blue line. The CAF is there. The CAF looking to take the lead. Cuts to the inside, a little dipsy-doodle, but can't get a good pass off as the RCAF clear the zone on the far side. To the red line now. CAF passes ahead to the blue line. Moves around one defenseman. Can't make it around the second as the RCAF. Oh, we got a whistle on the play. Penalty. Looking penalty called against the Air Force. Hooking penalty called against Officer Cadet Hannah Greer, number 4. She'll go in for 2 minutes run time with 8:42 remaining in the second period. 2-2. CAF goes to the power play. Face off in the RCAF zone. It's won by the RCAF. They clear the zone. Into the CAF zone. CAF clears the zone long. No ice is called here. The RCAF fires it off the far boards, but can't get past the CAF player. RCAF from behind their own goal line. Fires it on behind their goal. RCAF hands this out of the zone. The race is on. CAF goaltender is going to play this off the far boards. RCAF keeps it inside the blue line, but not for long as CAF turns. Here comes the CAF. Can't make a play out of it. The Air Force gets a stick on it, puts some juice and sends it long. Air Force behind the CAF goalie. Misfires on the pass. CAF from their own zone now. Held up by the RCAF forechecker. Air Force now. Behind the CAF goal line. Stripped away by the CAF. Air Force playing short-handed with a long shot from just inside the blue line, goes wide of the net. 49 seconds remaining in the penalty against the RCAF, who's been dominating the CAF power play. Dominating against the CAF power play. And here comes the CAF. They step over the blue line. CAF from the high slot with a shot is stick saved by the RCAF goaltender, and he puts it into the near corner. In the near corner of the RCAF zone. CAF with a little rubber over the side of it. CAF up on the left point. Didn't get much juice on that shot. That's picked off in front. RCAF just cleared the zone with 11 seconds remaining in the penalty. It's offside. CAF. 6:45 remaining in period number 2. 2-2 is the score. In this all-star game, Royal Canadian Air Force takes on the CAF. Celebrating 25 years of women's CAF hockey. CAF dumps this in deep behind the Air Force goalie with even strength. Air Force clears the zone under the near boards. CAF at their own blue line sends the puck ahead to the opposing blue line. They dump it into the near corner in the RCAF zone, but she loses her wheels, and RCAF gets an opportunity here. 3-on-2, picking up some speed. Here comes the RCAF over the blue line. Drop pass to the left point. Can't get a shot off. Little pass in front. RCAF from close range is off the skate and wide. RCAF again with a shot from the side to the side of the net, but that's pounced on by the CAF goaltender. Both teams trying to put one past the wickets to pull ahead. Currently 2-2 tie. 5:38 remaining in the second and final period. This is a 2-period game. Face off in the CAF zone. steps over the blue line, goes wide to the left side, shoots, pad save, picked up by the Air Force, can't clear the zone, CAF with a slapper from the blue line, goes wide of the net. Back from the left boards, up to the left point. Can't get it through the SAF traffic. That goes wide to the far corner. From the high slot. Can't get a shot off. Here comes the Air Force. Air Force with a chip pass to herself on the near boards. CAF is there, held up in front of the penalty boxes. Over the blue line, RCAF now goes wide to the left side. She's looking for the pass in front, but can't get a good stick on it. The CAF looks to clear the zone on the far boards. 4:41 remaining. CAF steps over the blue line. Dropped. CAF from the far corner. Strong defense by the RCAF. Here comes the RCAF one-on-one. Air Force steps over the blue line. Slows it down, goes wide to the left side. Pass in front. Scores! To the left post. (3-2) Air Force with 4:21 remaining in the game. Scored by number 11, Major Heather Smith. Assisted by Tracy Dixon, number 13. Face off at neutral ice. RCAF wins the draw, steps over the blue line, sends the puck just wide of the net. Air Force from behind the CAF goal line looking for the pass in front. That's broken up. RCAF from the point. Get the play out of it as the CAF retrieves this puck in the near corner. Looking to clear the zone. Air Force is there. CAF regains possession in their own zone. Puck just trickles out over the blue line. The Air Force has got to get back onside here. And CAF from their own zone. Sends the puck out to center ice. The RCAF regain possession in the neutral zone. Back to the CAF. Back and forth across the neutral zone. Here is the CAF. Regains possession. Pops it into the RCAF zone. The Air Force defense picks this up in the near corner, but can't get it out. CAF from the short side. Nice zip pad save by the RCAF goalie. CAF on the near boards now. Looking to tie this up with 3:15 remaining. Air Force looking to clear the zone on the far boards. The puck just dribbles out. Here comes the Air Force one-on-one. She steps over the blue line. Drop pass. Air Force shoots. Wide of the net. Air Force on the near side now. Looking for the pass in front. That's broken up by the CAF. CAF pops it up into the neutral zone. Here comes the CAF 2-on-1. CAF shoots. Blocker save by the Air Force goaltender to the far boards. Picked up by the Air Force. Here comes the Air Force breakaway. Steps over the blue line. Deeks skate save. What a save by the CAF goaltender. The CAF defense picks up the puck. Passes it across the neutral zone. A little give and go over the blue line, but can't get a shot off as the RCAF turns it around. Air Force steps over the blue line. Shot, nice blocker save by the CAF goaltender. Pass in front, scores! Number 10. Sear, scored by number 10. Brianna Sear to make it 4-2 Air Force with 2:17 remaining in the second and final period. I've just been advised we've got a little bit of remaining time, so we will play a third period. Run time with as much time as we got until curfew. And here comes the Air Force, step over the blue line, and they're offside. .202 remaining in the second period. 4-2 Air Force is the score. Take the face off just outside the CAF zone. CAF clears their zone up to the red line. Here comes the CAF wide to the left side. Tries to cut to the middle. Air Force is all over her. Can't get a shot off. CAF from the far corner inside the Air Force zone. Pressure by the Air Force forces the pass up to the left point. CAF with a strong shot. Big save by the Air Force goalie. Picked up by the Air Force defense off the rebound. Air Force clears the zone, goes wide to the right side, steps over the blue line. Air Force with a shot, can't get it through the skates of the CAF defender. Air Force again with a shot, goes behind the net. CAF on the near boards, pops it behind their own goalie. Loose puck in the far corner. RCIF gets there first. Air Force from the blue line. Shot goes just wide of the net. Air Force now from the far corner has a look, goes back to her defender, but the pass is picked off by the CAF. Here comes the CAF, 1-on-1, 2-on-1 CAF. Shot is off the RCIF defender. She took it hard in the shins. We got RCIF player down. RCIF looking to clear the zone on the near side. CAF gets a stick on it. CAF on the near side. Backhand pass in front is broken up by the Air Force. CAF from the faceoff circle now. Turns. Pass to the low post. Doesn't get through the Air Force. And we finally got a whistle here as the RCIF player took that shot pretty hard in the shins. Officer Cadet Hannah Greer is going to take a moment to let the blood flow. 35 seconds remaining in the second period. 4-2 RCIF is the score as the Royal Canadian Air Force All-Stars face off against the CAF All-Stars.
So Lori, just a fun fact. This is the only second time in all of the CAF women's hockey where we've had an all-female ref crew. So just a fun fact.
That is a fun fact. And the officials crew is headed off by Chief Petty Officer Lynn Laurendeau. Looks like Hannah's back to her feet. She's being helped off by the CAF players. Just goes to show you how hard those shots are. Well protected with shin pads. I think she took it in the shins. It sounded like it. With any luck, she didn't take it just to the top of the foot where it's a little less protected. These two teams, the players from these two teams play for teams across Canada, and they're currently in the Nationals tournament in Trenton this week. We're going to take the face-off back in the Royal Canadian Air Force zone. Slapper from the right point from the CAF goes wide of the net. Down behind the Air Force goalie now. Air Force looking to clear their zone on the near boards, but CAF is there, battle in the corner. CAF comes away with it. CAF, the pass in front, one-timer. Nice stop by the Air Force goalie. CAF back up to the left point. CAF with a shot, stopped in front. Air Force grabs hold of the puck, clears the puck over on the far side and dumps this into the CAF zone. CAF from behind their own goaltender. And that'll be it for period number 2. We will have time for a short abridged third period with the time remaining. 4-2 Air Force is the score. Shots on goal, 22-21 in favor of the Air Force. If you're joining us live online, drop us a note where you're tuning in from today and what you think of this game. We'd love to hear from you. I'm going to give another shout out to Evelyn. Evelyn is the 98-year-old mother of Coach Charlene Arsenault, affectionately known as Mutter by her 16 children and members of the community, friends and family. Everybody calls her Mutter. I'm sure, Evelyn, that you've been a strong influence in Charlene's life. Probably shuttling to a lot of hockey games. Big fan. We all need them, our mutters and our big fans. All right, we've got 10 minutes on the clock for the third period. This will be 10 minutes run time. 4-2 Air Force is the score. The Air Force is wrapping up their centennial year. The Air Force was founded or born the 1st of April, 1924. All year long, the Air Force has had events countrywide and worldwide commemorating their centennial year. One of the last events is the Air Force Women's Hockey All-Stars taking on the Army-Navy All-Stars. And we're underway for the third period. CAF wins the draw, drops it back into their own zone. CAF with a chip pass off the boards here, picked up by the RCAF. RCAF along the near boards. Send this back into their own zone. Got to chase it down back behind her own goal line. Air Force now looking for a smart pass out of the zone. Air Force skates the puck over the red line, over the blue line, cuts to the center with a shot. Set aside by the CAF goaltender. Air Force not able to make a play out of it, picked off by the CAF. Here comes the CAF 3-on-2. CAF getting around the last defender. CAF gets back to her forehand, but can't get it past to the Air Force goalie. CAF with a shot from the face-off circle, set aside. Oh! Rebound, scores! We had a dangling winger on the near post. Picked up that pad save rebound. Scored by number 24, Maël Rioux. Assisted by number 22, Robin Nicholson. 8:44 remaining in the third period. The score is now 4-3 for the Royal Canadian Air Force as the CAF closes the gap. In the neutral zone, back to the CAF blue line. CAF sends it across, picked up by the Air Force, back and forth across the neutral zone. CAF steps over into the attacking zone, wide to the right side, but is taken down by the Air Force. Air Force regains possession in their own zone, sends the puck up to the neutral zone. Here comes the Air Force, steps over the blue line onto her backhand, tries to get around that defender, can't get past, skates out behind the net. Air Force from the far corner now behind the goal line. Air Force, the backhand pass in front is stopped in front of the net. Shot, scores from short range. Maybe number 13, maybe 11. Warrant officer thinks it's number 13. Always trust your senior NCOs. Tracy Dixon. And I think assisted by number 11, Heather Smith. We'll wait for the official call on that. The CAF with a shot from long range is easily snagged by the RCIF goaltender. Were you able to hear the official call?
I only heard 13 and 11 name, not who did which part. So they got a point either way.
A point, yeah, that's right. 5-3 Air Force is the score. And here comes the Air Force. Can't make a play out of it as the CAF regain possession in their own zone. 6:41 remaining in the third period. CAF looking for a way out of the zone, held inside by the Air Force. CAF again on the near boards inside their zone. She elects to skate it out on the near side. Steps over the blue line into the attacking zone, wide to the left side. The pass in front bobbles, picked up by the Air Force. Air Force now, the nice move. Air Force with some fancy handwork, shoots. Held on to by the CAF goalie. Picks it up in the center of mass. Going to take the face off to the left of the CAF goaltender. Battle along the boards, on the near boards, inside the CAF zone. CAF now from behind their goal line in the near corner. Can't get around the Air Force forecheckers. Air Force with a pass in front. Can't get the shot off. The CAF skates this out. And pass out to the neutral zone. CAF can't get around the RCAF defense. Air Force from the blue line with a long shot and a nice snag by the CAF goaltender. 5:26 to go in period number 3. 5-3 Air Force is the score. Face off to the right of the CAF goaltender. Goes back to the Air Force defense. Air Force with the pass through the slot. Broken up by the CAF. Air Force in the near corner. Pass in front is unsuccessful. Battle along the boards behind the CAF goal line. Air Force comes away with it. Can't make a play out of it as the CAF gets a stick on the puck and sends this out to center ice. Here comes the CAF 2-on-2. CAF steps over the blue line, cuts to the middle from the high slot with a shot. Scores! To the wide post. CAF inches their way closer. 5-4 RCAF is now the score. Scored by number 21, Frédéric Gauthier. Assisted by number 24, Captain Maël Rioux. We got a whistle after the play here, or after the face-off. Door wasn't shut. For the folks at home, I wish I had been able to memorize the names of the players before we started. The players actually didn't get their jerseys until they arrived to the rink today. So we've got a last-minute list. I wish I could have done a bit more homework before the start of the game. 3:17 remaining in the third period as the puck trickles back into the Air Force zone. CAF with a pass in front, goes right through up to the blue line. CAF puts it back down into the near corner, or far corner, sorry. Battle along the boards in the corner. Air Force comes away with it. Air Force flips the puck up but can't clear the zone. Air Force now still inside their zone, gets pushed back by the CAF forechecker. Air Force on the far boards. Can't get out of their zone. CAF is holding the blue line strong. Air Force now skates the puck out into the neutral zone, loses her feet. And here comes the CAF. CAF steps over the blue line. A shot is snagged out of the air by the Air Force goaltender. 2:30 to go in the third period. 5-4 Air Force is the score. We're going to take the face off to the right of the Air Force goaltender. We got a whistle on the play here. And the CAF has got an empty net as they try to tie this up in the remaining 2 minutes. And we're going to continue the run time. It's not stop time in the remaining 2 minutes. The CAF with the extra attacker. CAF from the blue line. Passes back down on the near boards inside the RCAF zone. Pass in front with a shot. Couldn't get it off fast enough. She was wide open. RCAF now regains possession behind their own net. CAF from short range as that pass went off a skate. Nice save by the RCAF goaltender. On the near boards inside the Air Force zone. CAF holds the blue line. Air Force manages to clear the zone. CAF is there. CAF at the red line. Pass to the far boards. Pass across to the near boards to the left point. CAF with a shot. Held on to by the Air Force goaltender. And they did stop the clock in the remaining 2 minutes. My mistake. 1:19 remaining in the third period. 5-4 RCAF is the score as the CAF has got the extra attacker in the empty net. All right, timeout. Our off-ice official today is Chief Warrant Officer Hall. Our scorekeeper is Manon Lacasse. Our trainer is Capitaine Courchen. And here we go for the remaining minute 19 of this game. 5-4 Royal Canadian Air Force is the current score. The shots are 28-26 in favor of the CAF. The CAF's got the extra attacker in the empty net. Face off in the Air Force zone, won by the CAF. CAF, D-to-D pass at the blue line. Down to the far corner. CAF can't hold on to it. Battle along the boards behind the RCAF goal line. Puck trickles up the far boards. CAF from the far corner looking for the pass in front, and that trickles out of the zone with final minute remaining in the game. The RCAF backhands it from the blue line into the CAF zone, but misses the net just wide on the near side. CAF now with 43 seconds remaining, looking to tie this up. A big hit on the far boards. The CAF now inside their own zone. Looking to make a play out of this. CAF sends it up to the far blue line. RCAF regains possession, turns and fires. CAF at the red line. Pass across ice. Here comes the CAF. They step over the blue line, pushed back. Oh, and it's offside. 19.6 seconds remaining in the game. 5-4 Air Force is the score. CAF with the extra attacker, the empty net, looking to tie this up in the last 19 and a half seconds. Air Force comes away with the draw. CAF breaks up the pass, sends it across the blue line. Air Force is there. Air Force from the red line, a slow trickler. Lieutenant Alyssa Kane. And the final puck drop as the ladies will let the time run out. And that'll do it for this first ever Canadian Armed Forces Women's Hockey All-Star Game. The RCAF All-Stars take it 6-4 against the CAF All-Stars, the Army-Navy All-Stars. This game is celebrating 25 years of Canadian Armed Forces women's hockey. A well-fought game both sides. Some excellent goaltending. If you're joining us live at home, drop us a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what you thought of this game, if you'd like to see more of it. Thanks again to the Capital City Chorus who entertained us at the intermission and for the lovely rendition of the national anthem. Big plans are coming up for Capital City Chorus, I hear. Saturday, May 31st at 3 p.m. at Notre Dame High School, they'll be putting on the Northern Lights concert. So we'll have some post-game activities. Major General Jeannot Boucher, the CAF champion for hockey. We'll say a few words.
over the last 3 years to get to date. I want to thank the Air Force, General Spiders there today that combined with us to get this going. Obviously, CFMWS, Karina Hellman is there today with her exceptional team. We had a choir here today. We had the choir that's over there. Thank you. And for those of you that are here, you might have not seen it, but we had the play-by-play, I think, coming on camera. Laurie Denis, we had the play-by-play online of the entire game. And finally, two exceptional sponsors that we talked about at first, but Bell and Together We Stand. Again, all these people came together. My job here was to recognize one person, because when we got into this idea of upping the profile of women's hockey, Valérie Savard, that works with us, she leads all sports under CFMWS, but how do we get the chance for women to play all across the country? How do we up the profile of women's hockey? And how do we get to this point where it's really on par with men's hockey at all levels? Would not have been possible without Valérie. She doesn't get recognized enough, but a lot of what she's done contributes obviously to CAF sports excellence and to the kind of culture as well we want in the CAF, where everybody really gets a chance to participate and to play at a very high level. So for excellence today, we're recognizing her with a coin from Canada's.
And that wraps up our broadcast for today, folks. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Lori Denis, joined by Warrant Officer Anita Kwasniewski. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. Final score, Royal Canadian Air Force 6 and the CAF All-Stars 4. We hope to see you tonight at the Charge game, if you are, the Ottawa Charge game, if you are here in the National Capital Region, as it's CAF Appreciation Night at the PWHL. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Oh, camera 4.